Van Lunen.
That is a long way to say your name. And we are here in the top 8 of the SCG Richmond Legacy Open.
Yeah, now I'm excited to see what the exact numbers are on Timothy's list once we get that list in here, because those are going to make a big difference in this matchup. Like, does he have 4 mental misstep? Because those are huge here.
Yeah.
Like, what swords does he have access to? Things like that.
Does he have Batterskull?
I'm pretty sure he has a Batterskull.
Yeah, I would guess he does.
I would wager dollars to donuts that there's a Batterskull on his 75.
Yeah. What does that even mean, dollars to donuts?
Well, it means like for each dollar I wager, if I won the bet, I would get a donut instead of $1 in return. And
donuts are more than $1 these days. I don't know where you go.
No way. Donuts are more than $1.
Aren't they?
No way.
I don't know. I haven't had a donut in a long time.
Really? You're missing out, man. Donut and coffee.
Donut
Breakfast
and coffee?
of champions.
Donut and an espresso?
Sure.
You drink espressos, right?
Normally I just drink like coffee with cream.
Oh, okay.
No sugar, but sometimes I get like a latte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought I knew your coffee drink. I don't know you that well, I guess.
Sorry. You know.
I'll try harder. All right, so they're just shuffling up, finishing up to get ready for game 1. So another storyline of this weekend, and it's not for his inabilities, but Pat Cox has made one bad play per match he's been on camera.
Yeah.
Just a weird, not like he would never make it 99% of the time, but he always,
It just happenstance.
Just random. Yeah. And so look for that this round. He can't break, he can't break his streak.
Now, another interesting story from today, Shaheen Sarani, one of the top 8 competitors of the standard event this weekend, he won the first draft open. Now, that may just be like, oh, cool, he top 8'd and then won the draft open, but now he's played in 4 draft open weekends in a row, and do you want to know how many he's won? 4.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. 24-0 streak.
Yeah, that's
in these draft opens.
That's insane. He can make a career out of that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a lot of drafting and a lot of winning. All right, so Pat won the die roll, gets to go first, and starts off with, that's Taiga, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So does he have the wildest of Nicattles? He has the wildest of Nicattles, but it gets misstepped.
Yes.
That's not really what you want your Nicattle to have happen to it.
Not at all. And it looks like Timothy also has swords in his hand, so...
And is this... Yeah, this is going to be an Ancestral Visions. Alright, so we just got our deck list in, and as it resolves that sacrifice, let's see, yep, there's an Ancestral Visions. That, if he survives to get that off, that's going to be very bad.
Yeah, that's why it was banned in Modern.
Alright, so real quick, we'll go through Timothy's deck list. Right before, alright, so Pat Cox plays a Curdiff that resolves, and plays a Grim Lavamancer that resolves. Alright, Tim's list real quick. 3 Mandulian Click, 4 Stoneforge, 4 Spellsetter Sprite, 3 Jace, 1 Sword of Feast and Famine, 1 Batterskull, 4 Swords, 4 Mental Misstep, 4 Visions, 4 Brainstorm, 3 Force, 2 Spell Snare. And 1 Riptide Laboratory. 4 Mutable. Alright, so that's his deck list, and so after... Yeah, do you think... Pat probably knows that he... Yeah, they did see deck list, correct?
Yes.
So he knows they have Spellsetter Sprite. So the critic gets swords, Pat goes to 21, and he's not really happy about that one.
Not at all. I mean, with Tim sitting pretty here at 17, and
both of his
Pat
aggressive
not
creatures
turning
got
everything
taken
sideways,
out.
it's pretty rough.
And not another creature. Bad news bears.
It doesn't look good. Yeah. Now, Timothy plays his 3rd land and passes the turn back to Pat. Pat really needs to draw a creature here if he expects to put anything together. Let's see what he searches up. Perhaps a Savannah to complete the trifecta, and there it is. Now, this matchup seems really interesting. It's really interactive. You have, Blue-White Stoneforge is playing reactive cards a lot of stages of the game, but can also be proactive with the Stoneforges. And, Pat's deck is pretty weak to the Spellstutter sprites that Tim has. He needs to use a burn spell in response to the Spellstutter sprite in order to resolve his 1-drops. So Pat attempts to resolve a Loam Line, and he is successful. Pass the turn back over to Tim, and Tim cracks another fetch land, drops down to 15. Now let's see what he finds. It's another Tundra. Alright. After he's done shuffling up, he will get to take his turn, and we'll see what Tim has to offer us. Now, even if Pat loses here, this is an incredible accomplishment. Tim has obviously been playing very well to make it this deep in the tournament. Alright, and Tim attempts a Vendilion Click on Pat's end step. And he targets Pat. Pat's got to mull over the situation.
Yeah, he just wants to get a quick look at his hand. I mean, he knows the Vendilion Click's going to die, but might as well lose, 2 cards in the graveyard is kind of important, and there's not that many cards that are going to go to Pat Cox's graveyard over the course of the game. And Grim Lavamancer only has a couple more activations. I mean, even eventually, like, potential activations in this game. So he decides to... I mean, I know he has a Helix. That might be the only card in his hand. It's relevant. All right, yeah. Helix on Vendilion Click.
All right. And that's going to put Pat up to 23. That's interesting that he had another one.
Well, maybe if one gets taken, then the other one gets... No, it won't get forced. It's just very interesting.
Yep.
That he would Helix there. I want to actually know what his line of thoughts is for that. So this, Helix got taken. I think he drew another creature, so... Oh, he did not.
Well, that was on his end step.
Oh, that was on his end step. Okay, yeah. Big Daddy Jace.
Alright, so Tim successfully resolves Jace. Decides he's going to Fate Seal Pat. Has a few lines here. One of the lines he can make is to tap a single Lavamancer right now, ping the Jace, and then attack it with both creatures.
And Visions has 2 counters on it, correct?
Correct.
I mean, that Visions coming off is very scary, but I mean, I don't think he can just go all in on Tim so far. I think he has to just hope that that Visions doesn't draw him anything.
Yeah.
And because Visions plus Jace is going to be too much. All right, Jace goes down, saves Tim 5 life, and a second Grim Lavamancer. Mental misstep. Takes out the Grim Lavamancer. Visions resolves, and that gives Tim a full grip yet again.
Yep, including a Sword to Plowshares.
And a mental misstep, and a Jace. Fate Seal himself.
Alright. Just going to pass the turn back. This game looks
very bad for
pretty bad out of Pat's reach.
Started off with Wild and the Cattle, had a Kurt Ape, had a Grim Lavamancer, and just got destroyed.
Yeah. This match seems like it may be very good for Blue-White Stoneforge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if this is a good matchup for Blue-White Stoneforge, and combo's a bad matchup for Zoo, then, I mean, besides Merfolk, what is Zoo good against?
It's a good question. I don't know. It's consistent.
Yeah, it's just
It's
a
really
consistent,
consistent.
aggressive
Like,
deck.
a lot of these decks like putter out a lot of the time and lose to themselves, whereas Zoo does not.
So games like this don't always happen, and when they do, Pat's going to lose them, but, you know, he's just the more consistent deck that can get there 50% of the time.
I feel like that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
All right, Pat's thinking about who he's going to attack. He's going for Tim or going after the Jace.
I mean, that obviously means he doesn't have Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, or Helix in hand. You definitely just get rid of that Jace if that was the case.
Yeah.
So Tim goes to 10.
Tim goes to 10.
And Gaddock a turn late.
Yes. Let's see.
Brainstorm, bunch of spells in Tim's hand.
Yeah, he probably has a... yeah, even if he had had the Gaddock last turn, he would have gotten it swords instead of the Lavamancer.
Yeah.
And that's Stoneforge Mystic.
That's yet another nail on the coffin.
Yeah. Now, if Pat draws a removal spell for that Stoneforge Mystic and it does not get countered,
Yeah.
then he'll be fine because Gaddock will prevent Tim from playing the
It
battle
depends
spell.
what's in Tim's hand. If Tim has another spell in hand, that's real bad. Like a counter spell or removal spell. Because he is going to be able to kill off that Jace. Because the attack's just going to happen. Unless is that a Mutavault in play? I can't tell by the glare, but that
Yeah,
actually
I
looks
think
like
it
a
is,
Mutavault.
yeah.
Yeah, Mutavault makes that worse. Must not be. Okay, Tim goes to 6. And a crit 8. Gets counterspelled.
Yeah.
Was that an actual counterspell?
No. Tim doesn't have counterspell.
No, yeah. I don't know what he's
It
playing.
was Swords to Plowshares.
No, it wasn't a swords on crit 8. Oh, he's brainstorming in response.
Yeah. I saw the swords on top of the graveyard.
Okay. Oh, it was a spell setter sprite, Dur.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what's in play. Yeah.
Alright, so Tim grabs a Sword of Feast and Famine.
Now he's gonna be able to put Batterskull in play. Or no, actually, oh no, he can put Sword into play, equip it, but I think he's gonna want to just Batterskull, right?
Well, Pat has no cards in hand, right?
Yeah. So this is very aggressive, unless he has more action. Well, he can't slam down. What did Jace do?
Jace, that turn?
Yeah.
Nothing.
He forgot to activate his Jace?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't
He didn't
remember him doing
brainstorm.
anything. Yeah. Did he might have looked at Pat's deck? I don't remember.
Well, no, because it's still on 5.
Yeah, Jace did nothing. Spell Setter Sprite again.
Yeah. Those things are pretty
All right, Pat scoops it up. Yeah, I think Tim might have forgot to activate his Jace.
good. Huh? I mean, it happens.
I think he's probably like, yeah, I already won. He just forgot.
I mean,
He's like, he has a
sometimes it's that way.
well, he has
That's
a
one
spell
of the
setter
that's one of the
sprite
things
in
most
hand.
people need to learn is like how to be
when
tight even when
you're ahead.
even when you're ahead.
Yeah, that's a big problem I see. A lot of players are ahead. They start slacking off a little. They're like, oh, I'm just going to win this game, and their mind shuts off. And because you always see a player thinking so hard when they're behind, so hard. And why not think that way when you're winning a game? Because if you're doing that, then you're still like training yourself and practicing and
Yeah,
and
just getting better all the time.
Yeah.
Now, it's in between game 1 and 2 in the
That's what
quarterfinal
it
match.
is.
So I think that means it's time to ask you guys a trivia question.
It's question time. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Brad.
And I'm Jake. And
And
we're
we're-
here in Richmond, Virginia. We're covering the Star City Games Legacy Open. We just finished game 1 of the first top 8 match. We're about to give you guys a trivia question. The winner of this trivia question, or the one of you who answers this question correctly and tweets hashtag SCG Premium will win 3 free months of Star City Games Premium
Which equals 1.
trimester.
Okay. All right. So you've got the question. It's a little bit more difficult, and if
Yeah.
it's too tough, we'll give it back. I don't even know if Jeremy knows this answer, but all right, shoot.
All right. Who is the captain of the Weatherlight
Who is it?
ship? What is her name?
The captain of the Weatherlight.
Yes.
All right. So just send that to hashtag SCG Premium. Tweet that in. Someone's going to be the lucky winner of 3 months of premium service. And yeah,
Yeah. And what we need to know is who is the captain of the Weatherlight?
who is it?
Who's battling with the Grevin Ilvek
Is
and
it a
all
he? Is
his
it a
all his
she?
dudes?
I don't actually even know the answer. It's him.
It's a she.
She. Don't give him a hint.
It's a clue. It's okay. They can have clues.
I was going to guess Gerard.
Oh, really? Well, would have been wrong.
I'm not going to win premium. All right. So
right.
let's go
Let's
back
go
to
back
the
to
match.
game 2. So what do you think Tim's going to sideboard here?
Tim is definitely going to bring in
A Jit?
possibly
3-path
the 3
Exiles.
paths are for sure. I think the 2 Wraths are coming in.
I can see that. Wrath almost seems a little slow against Pat.
Well, but
I
you're
mean,
going to get to
when
a
you
board
have
position where you can
missteps
2
and
for 1.
things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're right.
I think you'll get to a board position where it's just good for a 2 for 1.
Makes sense. Pat's going to side in his Jit and his
His
Stoneforge
Elspeth.
Mystic as to Legend Rule. He's
Yep.
going to side in his Elspeth. He's going to side in Ranger of Eos.
I don't know about Ranger. Is that too slow? Maybe not.
I don't think so. I mean, the only counter spells that counter Ranger are Force of Wills.
He's going to board in
And
his
there are
Pride
only a
Mages.
couple copies, so... Oh, we'll definitely board in his Pride Mages. I mean, we may see Pat playing a very different deck in Game 2.
Yeah. I think Pat the Exile is definitely coming out.
Yes.
You don't really want to give him extra lands.
And I mean, his creatures aren't really what's important. Like, you can handle everything that his creatures do, like, without using cards like Path. Like,
Yeah.
against decks that have Tarmogoyf or Tombstalker or Knight of the Reliquary, you need a card like Path Exile because those things are gigantic.
Correct.
And burn isn't good enough.
Yeah.
But against a deck where everything's got, like, 1 or 2 toughness, Lavamancer does the job.
Yeah.
Alongside his Chain Lightnings, Bolts, Helixes, whatnot.
Yeah, do you think Red Elemental Blast comes in?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'd be interested to ask him afterward.
I mean, it destroys a Jace, correct?
It does destroy Jace.
That
so,
seems important.
yeah, it's definitely coming in. It also counters Visions,
Yeah.
counters a Misstep. Yeah, that card's definitely
Counter
going to be
spell
in
Sprite.
there. It's really
Seems
good.
Sweet.
I mean, basically any of his instant speed burn kind of counters Spellsifter Sprite because he has to have more than one in play to get the
Put a Mutavault.
trigger. Oh, you're right.
You spell starter Sprite, you Lightning Bolt, you activate Mutavault, same
he
effect.
activates Mutavault. Same thing.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
Red Elemental Blast is much better there.
You're right.
Pat looks the same all the time.
It's true.
All right, so Pat's going to be on the play because he's down a game. Tim was able to just 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, get a Jace, save some life, and then finally Visions comes off. Then he's able to Jace and use that plus a couple Stoneforges to ride that to victory.
Mental Misstep is just such a beating.
Mental
Tim
Misstep's
on the
very
draw,
good. He
you
had
know,
2 of them, yeah.
He had double Mental Misstep, and we really saw the power of that there.
Well, what's rough is 4 Mental Misstep, 4 Sword.
Yeah. Tim's deck is very, very well equipped for this.
All right, well, Pat is mulliganing to 6. Tim's keeping.
Tim is going to ask me to run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, that's where he's heading.
So he'll be back in a moment. Right now we just get to watch Pat shuffle up.
Yeah.
So as far as Modern goes, I think one of the cards that's going to be one of the biggest cards of this Pro Tour is Green Sun Zenith. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that. I mean, I think this format is not going to look too much like you see. Like the thing. Hi everyone.
Hello.
You keep surprising us, bringing us back. But I think one thing that people misunderstood with Extended last year was that everyone's like, well, it's going to be like double standard. It's going to be all these block decks with like all the old standard decks and all these block decks. And like that really wasn't what it was. It was its own format.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this format's going to be. I think the Pro Tour is going to show that there are just new decks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm saying Green Sun Zenith is a good card.
Oh, yeah, but like...
I think it's one of the better cards in the format.
Oh, do you really?
I really do, yeah. I mean, when you look at the list of targets that you have access to, like Tarmogoyf, Eternal Witness, Dried Arbor, I mean, Knight of the Reliquary if you want it.
Too bad you can't Green Sun Zenith for Witness and get Zenith back.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That would be really sick.
Yeah, if they counter one of your Zeniths, you can
Sure.
get your Zenith back. I mean, as it is, you can get removal spells back, discard spells back.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel the format might be a little bit too slow for Zenith because it is an extra mana, and I think mana is going to be very important. I feel like it's going to be a very fast format. We're not going to see Primeval Titans. We're not going to see Grave Titans. It's going to be a lot like Legacy, except Green Sun Zenith lets you do powerful things because of the cards that slow the format down, like Force of Will and Mental Misstep and Daze. This format doesn't have these counters. It's going to be a very aggressive format. Cards are not going to be countered. One-drops are not going to be punished like they are.
Yeah, no, but, I mean, Green Sun Zenith is at worst a Llanowar Elf, right? If you have Dried Arbor?
I mean, but that's just it. At best, what is it? It's an expensive Tarmogoyf.
When you need it,
but it's a 4-mana Witness. It's a 3-mana Tarmogoyf. I'm just saying that
Tarmogoyf's good.
I mean, but it's not exceptional.
That's fair.
I mean, I think the card's going to be very good. The only fear I have is if the format's too fast. So, did Pat really just... He does not have a 1-drop?
That I don't even know that's possible for his deck.
I mean, I knew he had to mold a 6, but that's rough.
That's really rough. When you look at his 1-drops, Wild Nicodle, Curd Ape, Loam Line, Grim Lavamancer, Goblin Guide, it's a lot.
Unless he really transitioned, I think that's a very sad start for the deck. So far today, though, Pat Cox's new Twitter name is the Wildest Nicodle, is not getting really wild.
No. I haven't seen him resolve a Wild Nicodle on turns 1 through 4 yet.
Yeah. He needs to unleash the beast.
He really does.
Alright, so, I mean, he's playing a spell, Tarmogoyf for 0-1, or 1-2. Man, that is a fistful of cards from Tim.
Yeah. It's so daunting when you're mulliganing, and, like, you just see your opponent's, like, big fist of cards.
Alright, there's a plateau. He's going to go for Gaddock Teague. Trying to get this countered so he can attack for more with the Goyf. But the Goyf's just coming in for a 1-2.
Yep. Gonna put Tim down to 19.
So if Tim kept Force of Will in, which I don't think he would, now Force of Wills and Jaces are dead to the Gaddock Teague in play. He's going to have to find one of his Swords to Plowshares to be able to deal with that.
He's also not going to be able to cast Wrath of God if he sided that in.
That is very correct.
Here, Pat, do you lead off with a burn spell here? Make your Tarmogoyf a little bit bigger?
Well, I mean, he has to if he's going to attack into a Mutavault.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still make this attack every day of the week because even if you don't have any instant speed spell.
There's no way you're getting a block.
Yeah. Alright, Spell Starter Sprite comes down. Now, if he has to have Helix because he has a misstep. Yeah, Helix for the... Wow, Helix for the Mutavault, and that's a blowout.
That is a blowout.
That... I mean, the one thing is the Tarmogoyfs are not... They're only 2/3s right now.
Yeah, but I mean...
But, yeah. Because he has the misstep, and...
That's pretty good. 2 mana Stone Rain. You know, get rid of your trigger.
Get my creature into play. He wasted a spell. Spell Starter Sprite, I mean, blocking is just giving his his opponent Anthem. All right, Tim's gonna brainstorm, trying to dig himself out of this hole.
And I think I saw a Path to Exile there. Pretty good.
It's also good because Pat only has one more basic left in his deck.
Yeah. So if that last card in Pat's hand is Plains, then Path is very good.
Yeah. So Tim has a mental misstep. He played the Spell Stutter Sprite in the and activated Mutavault because any Lightning Bolt or Path was not going to do it, but Pat did end up actually having it. So the funny thing is the mental misstep is dead against Zoo right now. Pat has drawn 4 2-drops.
It's actually comical.
Yeah. You don't see that every day. Pat to exile the Gadok Teague, which I think that's going to set up a Wrath or a Jace. Probably a Jace. Because we don't know if he bought Wrath in, but I know he kept Jason.
Oh, he definitely 100% has Jace in his deck.
At least, maybe cut 1 or 2, but I don't even think that. But he's for sure got it.
Alright. Pat passes back over to Tim. Let's see what Tim can find. Tim pops a fetch land and grabs a Tundra again. Now, this turn, Tim might just slam a Jace. He is particularly lucky. He might have a Jit Equip and catch Pat without a burn spell.
That would be very lucky.
But Pat has to have burn spells.
Yeah.
The way the game is played out, there's absolutely no way that he does not. So. And it's a Jace.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an Elspeth.
Oh, he has an Elspeth in the sideboard? He has one Elspeth. That brings back haunting memories. I lost to Michael Jacob in the last round of Worlds a couple years ago when he drew as one of Elspeth when I had a couple Goyfs and he was able to take control.
Yeah, Elspeth's really good.
Yeah, a stream of Chump Walkers is very good.
Alright. So, he made the token with the Elspeth. Now he has 2 blockers, both of which are 1/1s. Pat can still swing with both Tarmogoyfs, but the question is, where are the blocks going to go? And how can he give himself the greatest advantage based on those things?
So Chain Lightning is targeting something just to become a sorcery, just to make the Goyfs bigger. So he's just hitting Tim, puts Tim down to 8. And both Goyfs are coming at him. He's at 4. They're both 4/5s. Or
Yeah, so
there would be
he's
3
gonna block
4s. Now they become 4/5s.
Alright. So he's just going to have to pass the turn back.
Unless he has something.
I don't think he has anything. Alright, so let's see ooh, it's the Lavamancer. Alright.
And that gets pierced.
Yeah. Tim decides to
And a
mess
crit.
step that.
Yeah, and now crit. So if Tim doesn't have much action here, it's this board is going to be able to overrun that Elspeth.
And that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This game looked so bad for Pad. Just so recently. So, Tim's deciding what he's going to put back. Let's brainstorm. Sometimes it can be a difficult decision.
Oh yeah, of course brainstorm. Brainstorm's one of the most difficult cards to play in Legacy. Alright, so land drop from Tim. Oh, is this going to be a Jace? Is he going to have both walkers in play?
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. That's very scary.
I mean, it could easily happen. Let's have he has to tap 4 lands. No, it's only 3. It's probably like Crucible or something.
No. What is that?
Assuming it's sort of Feast of Famine.
Oh, Oblivion Ring.
Oh, ring. Okay.
Alright. Attack you, do that. That puts Tim down to 3.
5, I believe.
Oh, puts him down to 5.
7. What is that card there on the top left? The glare? Right above the Tundra?
It could be a Mutavault. Land or Mutavault.
Alright, so Pat serves in with a Tarmogoyf and a Curdaid. And we're going to see what Tim has to offer for us.
He's going to Path or Swords the Tarmogoyf. And he's going to double block the Curdaid.
That seems to make sense.
Yeah, that's really good. But he's still, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt away from dying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a single spell on this game for Tim. All right.
Did he draw any action?
I mean, it's such a roller coaster, Magic the Gathering, man.
Well, it's just coming down to the zoo. Like, did he draw? Yeah, but he has a spell. He has a spell snare.
No. Yes.
Yeah. See, Pat did that correctly. Did it during his upkeep, eliminating his resources.
That was really good. So, what block Tarmogoyf is still in play?
What Tarmogoyf's not in play. It's an Oblivion Ring.
Oh, that one's under Oblivion.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, he's ultimating his Elspeth.
Ooh.
And then playing Stoneforge Mystic.
That's not bad at all.
No, he's going all in on his Batterskull. So Pat needs to top deck a burn spell in the next 2 turns.
Yep.
Another one.
I believe.
I believe as well.
I wouldn't mind seeing Blue-White Stoneforge do well, though. It's a pretty awesome deck. I really like Elspeth a lot. I'm happy to see so much play today. I think it's one of the better planeswalkers ever. And Patro's a Wild Nicodle.
Not really going to do it against an indestructible Batterskull.
Not at all, no.
And if that Batterskull hits once...
Yep, then it's...
If he draws an outline, actually, he can... Oh, did he draw Jace, too? Oh, what is that? Oh, Wrath of God?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wrath of God destroys your own creatures.
No, it's indestructible, Elspeth.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's getting late.
So tired. How do I not know this? Did I tell you about that at Worlds? I ultimated Elspeth in like round 2 at Worlds, and then I passed the turn to my opponent, and he was like Wrath of God, and I was like, okay. He like binned his 2 guys. It was pretty awesome.
All right, 1 top deck away. This is it. All the marbles. He needs a burn spell.
Yeah.
He better windmill it. Oh, and that's it. I don't know why Pat's going to continue playing. They're all indestructible.
Yeah. Doesn't seem good. Batterskull. Now you're at... Yeah,
he goes
I
up
mean,
7.
I
Yeah.
guess you Pride Mage it, and then...
No, because it's indestructible.
Oh, yeah, you can't do anything.
All right, nothing on Tim's board will ever be destroyed for the rest of the game.
Yep. So,
Okay.
right now we can just sit here and watch Pat's live total go down by 4 at a time, and watch Tim's live total.
He's
go
gonna,
up
he's gonna
by
make
4
us
at a time.
watch. It's like, yeah, I'll live it out.
So, Blue-White Stoneforge seems like it has the edge here, for
Yeah,
sure.
it does.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, this deck is so good in every format. What's so crazy to me is that, like, the most powerful cards in this deck were all just standard legal, like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm happy they're gone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy they're gone too.
It's good.
All right, that's it.
Yeah. And Pat's going to concede.
So Pat does not get to live the dream of Edgar Trophy Hands.
Yeah. No Edgar Trophy Hands playing for Pat.
No.
But, I mean, what a run.
It has been crazy.
He had a nice weekend this weekend. You know?
I mean, making top 8 of both events.
Winning the
one.
Standard Open. Pretty good.
Yeah,
if you're going to win one, you want to win the Standard one.
Yeah, he's getting...
Better prize support.
He's getting a ton of points for...
Yeah, and he's getting the cash monies.
Yeah, the cash monies. And Tim is off to the top 4.
Yeah.
Ready
You know
to
how many
make
dogs
his
do you
own
buy with
trophy.
that?
Dogs, you can buy infinite. They're free sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, some
But
people
dogs, we
don't
don't
even
want dogs.
them.
We want puppies.
They're just giving them away.
We want puppies.
It's true.
6 of them.
6 puppies.